Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Tariq. Take it.
Alhamdulillah.
All right, recording has started. So, last class we have discussed about the basics of Azure Active Directory. How does the portal looks like, and how do we create users? How do we manage users? How do we assign licenses to them? And how companies move their environment from on-premises to Azure AD, right? And why do they prefer hybrid model? What is the benefit of having a hybrid model in place? Okay. So today we are going to discuss about more about the permissions which are being granted to those users which we created in our last session. I'll share my screen and log into the Azure portal. So we are going to discuss about something called RBAC, which deals with permissions and a few more permissions related concepts. After that, we are going to discuss basic introduction of Azure AD Connect. I guess I've introduced you what is Azure AD Connect already in our last session, right? What is the benefit of Azure AD Connect, why it is used for. So we'll discuss about it. I mean, we'll do an introduction session about it, and tomorrow we'll do a practical session on Azure AD Connect, the installation and configuration as well. Okay, so this is how you log into your Azure tenant, that is portal.azure.com. Okay. You can also put in your customized login page. As you can see, my screen is visible.
Yes,
Yes.
it is visible.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can see that at the background there is my picture on the login screen. So you can also do this. This is called company branding. So inside your portal, whenever a user is logging in, so you can present them your own customized login page. Okay, so this is your Azure Active Directory Blade. I think this is the first session for Ishaq, right?
Yes, sir. This is the first session.
Okay, okay. I guess you haven't created your Azure portal or anything yet. So let me share this link once again. So this is where we create a Azure tenant. Ibrahim, have you created a tenant?
I don't think so. He created.
Okay, I've shared the link for him as well in the last session. So Tariq, can you help him out after the class maybe with the
Sure.
tenant creation? And Ishaq, if you want to join, you can just connect, or you can ping me. I'll help you out with the tenant creation, or I can
Sure.
also share the recording which I have,
Okay,
uh,
sure.
wherein I have already explained how to create a tenant. So there is a class conducted, and there was a recording for that. I'll share it across. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. All right. So this is your Azure tenant. I mean, this is mine. So similar to this, you will have your own customized Azure tenant created free of cost. You don't need to pay anything for that. Okay. So last class we have discussed about users creation, and then license assignment and all. So once we create users, first of all, we'll assign licenses to them so that they get functional in the system. They can do their tasks with the licenses. And then we have to go with the permissions. We have to assign them some roles and permissions, right? So you guys have been working with IT companies. So I mean, you might be knowing like in an every project, or let's say any umbrella you're working under. You will have different teams working together, right? Like security team, backup team, storage team, and database team, right? So you'll have multiple teams working together for a particular project, right? Agree with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So whenever a new employee joins in, a new member joins into your project, so you will have to first onboard him and then assign him license, create a user account for him, and then what you will do, you will assign him the required permissions, right? You will give him the required permission so that he can start performing his regular activities, his tasks he can complete. So when defining the permissions, first of all you will identify which team he belongs to, right? Which I mean skill set he belongs to, or which department he belongs to, right? Let's say he is from a database team. He belongs to database team. He will be working under database team, or if he is working in backup team, or if he is working in security or network team. Okay, so on that basis you will get to know if he is part of network team, then he will need to have access to the routers, the Cisco routers and all, everything he needs to have access to, so that he can take care of the port by the ports. I mean everything which comes under the networking uh, hub, right? I mean everything which has to be taken care by networking team, he needs to have access to them, right? That is how you will define his access or permissions. So now Azure has made it very simple. You don't have to worry about each and every permission. So when you create a user, when you assign license to them, the next step is to assign him a role. So you will give him a role. With the roles itself, you will grant him the access, the permissions as well. So inside the roles in administrators blade, I have something called the list of roles are available over here. So I've got like many roles are already defined. These are predefined roles which are already available. Right. So what you can do, you can just give him the specified role over here, assign him the role, and he will get all the access required. Like for example, you see over here, there is something called network administrator. Okay. So if this person is going to work with networking team, he needs this access, right? He will be a network administrator in your project. So if you assign him a network administrator role, then he will get all the required permissions or accesses. Okay. So all the required permissions for a network administrator are clubbed together, and it is presented with a single role, that is network administrator. So inside or behind this role, they are all, all the permissions are already predefined. So you don't have to worry about the permissions separately. So this is a benefit of this feature available in Azure. This feature is called RBAC, RBAC. Okay. RBAC stands for role based access control. Role based access control. This is an interview oriented question. Please make a note of this. Okay. You can expect this question in any interview you would be going through for Azure related skill set. Okay, so RBAC, what is RBAC? RBAC stands for role based access control. So it itself explains, right? Depending upon the role, we are controlling the access, or we are defining the access of that person depending upon his role. Role in the sense, if he is a network administrator, if he is a backup administrator, if he is a database administrator, if he is a security administrator, on that basis, we are defining his access. Okay, clear or any doubts?
Clear. Designation, right,
Clear.
Rajat?
हाँ डेजिग्नेशन काइंड ऑफ अभी आपका स्किल सेट नेटवर्किंग का है, आप नेटवर्क एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, एज ए नेटवर्क एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर आप ज्वाइन किए कोई कंपनी, ठीक है? अब वो कंपनी में आपका काम है नेटवर्किंग टीम में काम करना है एज ए नेटवर्क एडमिन, यू हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ एवरीथिंग विच कम्स अंडर नेटवर्किंग स्कोप, ठीक है? तो आपको आपका अकाउंट जब क्रिएट करेंगे तो फिर आपको क्या करेंगे, वहां पे एक रोल असाइन करेंगे. विद दैट रोल यू विल गेट ऑल द परमिशंस बाय डिफॉल्ट. So this is actually simplifying the administration task, right? जो भी वहाँ पे एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में है, I mean who is responsible for creating your user account and giving your access and everything, it is a simple thing for him, right? Instead of worrying about all the permissions, I mean if he just think about I mean if he has to grant each and every permission manually, it will be very difficult. I'll show you how difficult it would be. Let me do a assignment once and I'll show you how exactly each and every permission will be looking like. Okay, so I'll create a user account first and then we'll assign a role to him. So okay, I'll go with Ibrahim. So I have my own domain, that is razi.tech. I'll create my own password. Okay, let's create, right? Nothing else. Guys, are you present? Absent?
Yes.
Yes,
Need to
yes.
give the
Yes,
location.
present.
Anything else?
Location need
Usage
to be.
location is important. Yeah, thank you, Usman. Without this, you cannot create a user. Otherwise, you will face issues later. Okay, user created. Come on. Okay. Right, here we have a new user. We'll assign a license to him first. We'll go with the basic Office 365 license, which I have. And now I will assign him a role. So instead of going with this blade, roles and administrators, I mean this is also one way of going to the RBAC blade. But let's say if I want to assign a role to a specific user, so I can first go to that user account blade and then I can assign the role from there as well. So it's nothing the same. आप यहाँ से जाओ या वहां से जाओ, इट्स सेम. सो अभी यूजर के पास आके आप यहाँ से भी असाइन कर सकते हैं. असाइंड रोल्स में जाके ऐड असाइनमेंट्स. ठीक है, अभी यहाँ पे लेट्स से इब्राहिम इज अ नेटवर्क एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, तो मैं इनको असाइन करूंगा.
Correct. Hmm.
नेटवर्क एडमिन. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट. ठीक है, यहाँ पे एक इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्सेप्ट है, एलिजिबल एंड एक्टिव. वी विल कम बैक टू दिस एंड विल डिस्कस. Okay, so this is how a role is assigned to a user, network administrator. Now we'll take a look inside this network administrator role and see what are the permissions we have. ठीक है, ये थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा रिफ्रेश होके रिफ्लेक्ट होने में. Until then, we'll go back to the our back plate and let's pick any of the role from here again. Say network admin. If I go with the description of this, see, for this role, network administrator, users with this role can review network perimeter architecture recommendations from Microsoft that are based on network telemetry from their user locations, network performance for Office 365 relies. So a lot of other, I mean, it's a description what all a network administrator can do. Okay. And in permissions, just see how many permissions it has inside it. These are the permissions. So just imagine, what if the administration has to assign these permissions manually? ठीक है, तो अगर ये एक एक करके असाइन करना होता तो कितना डिफिकल्ट होता, राइट? यहाँ से स्टार्ट
Yes.
परमिशंस, रीड परमिशन, ऑल टास्क्स रीड, ठीक है, ये सारे परमिशंस हैं. So it would have been very difficult to identify each and every permission, make a record of it, and then assign them specifically to each and every network admin who is joining in the company. Similarly, अगर आप कोई दूसरा रोल देखेंगे यहाँ पर, कोई let's go with any simple one. Exchange admin is there, compliance admin, billing administrator. ठीक है, बिलिंग एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर देखते हैं, बिलिंग डिपार्टमेंट से. So even a billing administrator will have these many permissions inside it. So you don't have to worry about these permissions at all, because RBAC has made it simple for you. Just assign the billing admin role to that user. By default, the required permissions are getting assigned automatically. You don't have to worry about these permissions. You don't have to keep a record of each and every permission separately, right? It's simplified for you. Just go with the role assignment for a particular, I mean, depending upon his role. I mean, if he is a network person, assign him a network admin role. If he is belonging to billing department, assign him a billing admin role. That's it. Permissions are getting assigned automatically. Clear, or any doubts?
So let's say within the billing department or within the network admin,
Mm-hmm,
we have multiple permissions. So there
mm-hmm,
are few permissions. Let's say Ibrahim doesn't need to access, or
mm-hmm,
company don't want him to access those
mm-hmm.
permissions. So can we uh, segregate those permissions? Like we should not assign it to him, because when
Definitely.
we select network admin, so it's selecting everything.
Yes. So as you mentioned, yeah, thanks for bringing that क्वेश्चन. सो नेटवर्क एडमिन, ठीक है, अभी नेटवर्क एडमिन में मल्टीपल, आई मीन देयर आर
Permissions
मल्टीपल
है.
इंजीनियर्स वर्किंग, ठीक है. अभी नेटवर्क एडमिन में देयर आर पॉसिबल, आई मीन इनसाइड द नेटवर्किंग टीम, इट्स पॉसिबल दैट वहां पे L1 इंजीनियर्स रहेंगे, L2 इंजीनियर्स रहेंगे, L3 रहेंगे, राइट? एंड यू वांट टू सेग्रीगेट देम, एज तारिक मेंशन कि L3 वालों को सारा एक्सेस चाहिए, L1 एंड L2 को थोड़ा लिमिटेड एक्सेस चाहिए, राइट?
Correct.
So in that case, you have to create your own custom role. ठीक है? Copy all the roles from the network admin and remove some specific ones which you want to remove. ठीक है, आपको दो
Okay.
तीन कुछ निकालने हैं, राइट? दो तीन रोल्स
जी.
परमिशंस निकालने हैं, तो सारे नेटवर्क एडमिन के रोल्स परमिशंस कॉपी कर लो, और फिर उसमें से जो निकालना है वो निकाल लो. ठीक है, these roles are available by default and they are not editable, but you can create your own custom role.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, in that case you have to copy everything manually, or else you have to clone from a custom role itself. Default role से clone नहीं कर सकते. एक second. You have to select each and every permission from here. ये check boxes है, you have to select them manually.
Okay.
All right, this is how you create your own custom role. You will define your own role and you can utilize it.
And how do we copy that? Copy of.
You can copy from a custom role itself. You cannot copy from a predefined role. जैसे यहाँ पे अभी मैं create कर रहा हूँ, I'm getting an option that clone is nothing but copy from a
Okay.
custom role. तो कोई कस्टम रोल से आप कॉपी कर सकते हो, लेकिन कोई डिफॉल्ट रोल से आप कॉपी नहीं कर सकते। ठीक है, अभी जैसे मैं मेरे पास एक कस्टम रोल है टेस्ट, जो मैं पहले क्रिएट किया था। ठीक है, फ्रॉम देयर
Mhm.
आई कॉपी, बट आई कैन नॉट कॉपी फ्रॉम अ डिफॉल्ट रोल विच इज ऑलरेडी देयर, लाइक नेटवर्क एडमिन। वहां से कॉपी नहीं हो सकता, तो यू विल हैव टू कीप आई मीन जस्ट रिव्यू द परमिशंस फ्रॉम अ नेटवर्क एडमिन, select all of them manually from here, and then remove from the ones which you don't want to. Acha, Raghu got disconnected.
Yeah, he just texted in the group.
Okay, another meeting. Okay. So yeah, you have to, copy from a default goal is not available. A custom goal is available. So you have to do it manually.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the RBAC feature we have. Is it interesting, guys? Defining permissions.
Yes.
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 Yes, yes.
All right. Inside this RBAC, we have another terminology, another concept, that is PIM. PIM. This is also an interview-oriented question. PIM stands for Privileged Identity Management. Okay, Privileged Identity Management. What does this PIM does is it will give you an option to grant access for just in time. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, Privileged Identity Management. What it does is it will give you an option to grant access for just in time, JIT, just in time. तो अभी हम जो रोल असाइन कर रहे थे, we have seen an option, right? Eligible assignment, active assignment. So let's go back to that field once again. Go with Ibrahim. Okay, one more thing I missed to inform. So inside this RBAC role, we have one role, that is global administrator role. That global administrator role will be the super user. Okay. When you're assigning a global admin role to someone, that means that he will have access to everything, anything and everything. Okay, he is the owner of everything in your company. He can do anything and everything. He can, network related कुछ if let's say अगर networking का कुछ काम है, he will have access to it. Let's say security में कुछ काम है, he will have access to it. अगर database में कुछ काम है, he will have access to everything. ठीक है, प्रोजेक्ट में हर चीज का एक्सेस रहेगा, टेनेंट में हर चीज का एक्सेस रहेगा for a global administrator. If you're assigning someone a global administrator role, that means you're granting him access to everything. ठीक है, अभी मेरा रोल यहाँ पे क्या है? Your role is a global administrator. So I am a global admin on this tenant. The accounts which you have created while creating your tenants, those accounts are also global admins by default. Okay, the accounts which you are using to log into your Azure portal, those accounts are also global admins. So with that account, you can do anything and everything in your tenant.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'll assign another role to this user just for test. Application administrator. Let's go for this. I'll go with the directory itself. Okay, next. So here we have something called privileged. If you can see this, it's written over here. You're on the blade of privileged identity management. On this, you have options like eligible assignment and active assignment. And maximum allowed eligible duration is permanent. permanently eligible or permanently active. ठीक है, अगर यहाँ पे आप active select करेंगे तो permanently assigned रहेगा, अगर आप eligible रखेंगे तो permanently eligible. ठीक है. Now what is this? Let's understand this concept. Eligible assignment. um, I think I'll go with the same example, Tariq, if you remember. Shadi wala. Okay.
Yeah.
हाँ, तो आज किसकी शादी कराना है? I'll go with the example which I usually go.
Hmm.
Tariq I mean, he is aware of this. So, I usually take this example. So, let's say two people are working in the same company. Okay. Let's say Ishaq and Ibrahim are working in the same company. Okay. And Ibrahim is going on a vacation. He is getting married. Okay. So Ibrahim is the global administrator in the company. Okay. Ibrahim
Right.
is the only global administrator in the company, and he is going on a vacation. He will not be available for some time. Let's say 1 week or 2 weeks. He'll not be available. Okay. So now, in his absence, there should be someone to take care of things, right? If something comes up, and let's say there is an emergency or something which comes up, and Ibrahim will be busy, obviously, so he'll not be responding. So, uh, someone should be here to take care of things, right? Right, Ibrahim?
Right.
Do you feel like when you're going on leave, I mean, definitely there should be a backup for you, right?
Right.
Yep. So let's say Ibrahim, Ibrahim actually trusts a lot to Ishaq. Okay, Ishaq is a very, talented, and he is aware of things very well in the project. He can take care of things very well in the absence of Ibrahim. Okay, so when Ibrahim planned to go for leave, he made Ishaq as a eligible global administrator. Okay, not an active global admin, but a eligible global admin. Okay, clear, guys? I mean, are we
Yes, yes.
okay?
Yes, yes, clear.
Yeah. So Ishaq was made as a eligible global admin in the absence of Ibrahim. So what Ibrahim can do is he can select eligible, and then he will select his vacation time period. ठीक है, अभी लेट्स से कल से इब्राहिम छुट्टी पे है, 12 जनवरी से. He is returning after 1 week after his marriage. That is okay. This is taking 24. 2024 is not possible. एक साल की छुट्टी पे तो नहीं जा रहे ना भाई. थर्ड
Mhm.
से 12 से 9. ठीक है. So 1 week of leave. So what he can do is for 1 week, Ishaq will be a global admin. ठीक है. अच्छा, यूजर अकाउंट इब्राहिम का है, डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज्ड. आई मीन जस्ट थिंक दैट आई एम असाइनिंग दिस रोल टू इशहाक. ठीक है, तो he can actually assign a role for 1 week of time. Let me go back. I'll select the global admin role. 1 second, so it will make sense. I'll select the global admin role. ठीक है. So now what will happen is Ishaq will be eligible to be a global admin for 1 week of time in the absence of Ibrahim. Okay, and now I will go ahead with the assignment. You have to switch to the eligible blade and refresh it to get the global admin role listed here. I'll remove this network admin role so that there is no confusion. So network admin has to be active assignment for him because I mean primarily Ishaq, ठीक है एक second एक काम करते हैं. I'll make it much clear for you guys. I'll edit user and I'll name it as Ishaq. So it will start making sense. There's a pending request. Okay. Let me just refresh this page. Sometimes it takes time. Still says there is a pending request, which is the assignment. But it is granted already. It says that the request is pending, but it is already granted. And there is no requests pending for approval as well.
Might be referring to the global admin that we have given to Isaac.
Yeah, global admin request is pending, it seems, but I mean, it's not pending, it's approved already. So it should be listed over there. So what Ishaq can do now is, let me show you one thing. Ishaq, let's log in with Ishaq's ID.
Okay.
Ishaq@razi.tech. Same ID. Oh, the UPN is still Ibrahim. Okay. Let me edit this. It will ask me to change the password because this is the first time login of this user, right? So password needs to be changed. All right, I'm logged in with this account. Now this user should be able to activate his global admin. Okay. Oh, no, there's something wrong with the access. Did we assign a license to this? Yeah, we have assigned it, right? Okay. Okay. I'll go ahead and assign a active assignment to him as well as a network admin, because I mean, primarily Ishaq is a network admin in the project. In the absence of Ibrahim, he is going to work as a global admin.
Okay.
So this will be an active assignment for him, not an eligible one. It will be permanently assigned one. For permanent assignment, we need a justification. Still says pending request. Okay, so he is a permanent network admin, and this eligible one is still pending. Just give me an action to cancel.
So whenever we are assigning a role to a user, so
Mhm.
it is always assigned as active, right?
Yeah, ideally it should be assigned as an active role. Let's say if you are giving him a backup access, like I mean, if he is going to be at, I mean, let's say for time being you want to assign a role to someone, then go with eligible assignment.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go back to the user. So what happens with the eligible assignment is when the user is, I mean, when the actual global admin is not available, what Ishaq can do is Ishaq can activate his role whenever needed. Okay, whenever needed in the sense, for example, let's say अभी आज इब्राहिम कल से छुट्टी पे जा रहे हैं, ठीक है, तो अभी मंडे के दिन कुछ ऐसी रिक्वायरमेंट आ गई at a instance, let's say there is some emergency and we need to get some approval, or let's say we need to enable something or make some changes in the portal that only a global admin can do. Okay, so at that time what Ishaq can do is Ishaq can activate his role. Okay, for a time being. Activate in the sense he is just eligible and activation में difference है. Eligible करने में, eligible होने में और active होने में difference है. Eligible in the sense he can be a global admin, right? Eligibility criteria होता है ना, I mean let's say आप एक job के लिए apply कर रहे हो, so you have a eligibility criteria for that. आप ये job के लिए eligible होना मतलब आपको इतने साल का experience होना है. There will be conditions over there. ठीक है, if you're meeting that those conditions, then you are eligible for that job, but it doesn't mean that you will get the job directly, right? Eligible होने का मतलब ये नहीं कि आपको job मिल जाएगी. You have to apply for it, you have to go through it, go through the interview and all, right? वैसे ही eligible होना मतलब इब्राहिम क्या किए थे, इशाक को सिर्फ eligible करके गए थे. Actively he wasn't a global admin. Okay, इससे क्या होगा, unnecessary assignments, unnecessary access, we are avoiding unnecessary access. With the help of this privileged identity management, we are able to control the unnecessary access assignments. Okay, the major benefit of privileged identity management is to avoid providing unnecessary accesses. ठीक है, अभी इशाक को अगर एक हफ्ते के लिए ग्लोबल एडमिन कर दिए, डायरेक्टली एक्टिव ग्लोबल एडमिन कर दिए, इवन अगर अगर कोई जरूरत नहीं भी है, आई मीन लेट्स से देयर इज नो रिक्वायरमेंट कमिंग इन फॉर अ ग्लोबल एडमिन एक्सेस एट ऑल, देयर इज नो सच इमरजेंसी कमिंग इन, इब्राहिम एक 1 वीक के लिए छुट्टी पे है, लेकिन 1 वीक में कुछ ऐसा प्रॉब्लम आई ही नहीं, ठीक है, कोई इमरजेंसी सिचुएशन ही नहीं आई कि ग्लोबल एडमिन की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ी, ठीक है, कुछ जरूरत पड़ी नहीं,
Okay.
लेकिन बेकारी में इशाक को ग्लोबल एडमिन का एक्सेस दे दिया जैसा होता, राइट?
Mhm.
टू अवॉइड दैट, we will have this privileged identity concept wherein we can make someone eligible. Instead of giving him the access directly and active assignment, we can make him just eligible to be a global admin. That's it. उसमें क्या होगा, अगर जरूरत पड़ेगी then he can activate his role. ठीक है, अगर जरूरत पड़ेगी then he can activate his role. That is the benefit of this privileged identity management concept, eligible and active assignments. Let me go back.
So how can he activate? So
That is
how?
what I was trying to showcase, but ये जो है pending for access, ये remove नहीं हो रहा है. This one, pending request is still there. Let me do one thing. There is a user who has an eligible assignment already in my tenant. That is Ajaz, I guess. Second. Person is already having an eligible assignment, I guess. वो इशाक के अकाउंट से कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, so we'll try with this account. I think he is eligible global admin. Yes, नहीं ये तो permanent है, permanently eligible है. Okay, and he is also an active global admin in my tenant. Let me remove the active assignment. And I'll go with the eligible. So this person is eligible global admin. So I'll do one thing. I'll log in with his account and I'll showcase how exactly he can utilize it. तो यहाँ पे क्या है, इनका एंड टाइम कुछ नहीं है, राइट? अभी मैं इशाक के अकाउंट पे क्या किया था, स्टार्ट एंड एंड टाइम डिफाइन किया था, मतलब 1 वीक का टाइम दिया था सिर्फ. यहाँ पे क्या है, स्टार्ट
जी.
टाइम he is eligible from 2020 and there is no end time for him. He is permanently eligible from 2020. मतलब इन फ्यूचर में कभी भी कुछ भी इमरजेंसी आए तो एजा शुड बी एबल टू टेक अप द रोल एंड परफॉर्म द टास्क। ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग में मैं क्या क्या इनको एलिजिबल असाइनमेंट कर दिया, ठीक है।
Okay.
Now I log in with this account, but definitely I won't be remembering his password. तो पहले इनका पासवर्ड रीसेट करना पड़ेगा। ठीक है, log out from this Ishaq's account. Just change password. Okay, now I'm in. अभी अगर ये यूजर को अपना ग्लोबल एडमिन का एक्सेस एलिजिबल वाला एक्टिव करना है, देन ही शुड गो टू द ब्लेड कॉल्ड प्रिविलेज्ड आइडेंटिटी मैनेजमेंट, एज़्योर एडी प्रिविलेज्ड आइडेंटिटी मैनेजमेंट। यहाँ पे जाना है, माय रोल्स, एलिजिबल असाइनमेंट, यहाँ पे एक्टिवेट का ऑप्शन आएगा आपको, ठीक है। दिस इज हाउ इशहाक विल एक्टिवेट हिज रोल इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ इब्राहिम,
Okay.
ठीक है। यहाँ आएंगे, एक्टिवेट क्लिक करेंगे। एक्टिवेशन पे रीजनिंग पूछेगा कि क्यों एक्टिवेट कर रहे हैं, ऐसी क्या जरूरत आ गई, और कितने टाइम के लिए एक्टिवेट कर रहे हैं। तो ये तो 8 आवर्स का है विंडो, आप इसको कम ज्यादा कर सकते। 8 आवर्स मैक्स है। आफ्टर 8 आवर्स इफ स्टिल यू नीड एक्सेस, यू कैन अगेन रीएक्टिवेट, ठीक है। यहाँ पे
Okay.
रीजनिंग देना पड़ेगा कि क्यों एक्टिवेट कर रहा है। आई मीन यू हैव टू जस्टिफाई, राइट, कि कुछ ऐसे, आई मीन देयर इज अ सिचुएशन लाइक दैट एंड यू नीड एक्सेस, सो दैट reasoning you have to provide and then activate it. So here see, यहाँ पे कितने चेक्स है, वेरिफिकेशंस है, राइट। ऐसे ही
Yes.
एक्सेस नहीं दे दे रहे। आई मीन पहले तो एलिजिबल किए, एलिजिबल करने के बाद भी फिर एक्टिवेट करना है, एक्टिवेशन के टाइम पे भी रीजनिंग देना है। तो इट्स कंप्लीटली, आई मीन वेरिफिकेशन इज एवरीवेयर। आई मीन आप ऐसे ही आपको एक्सेस नहीं मिल रहा, एंड यू कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग एंड एवरीथिंग, right? You have to justify and you have to I mean everything is getting logged। ये क्या है, अभी ये जो एक्टिवेशन है, ये भी ऑडिट लॉग्स में लॉग होगा कि आई मीन दिस यूजर हैज एक्टिवेटेड हिज रोल एट दिस टाइम। आई विल शो यू दैट एज वेल। Hmm. At the when the final stage completes, your browser will automatically refresh. You do not have to sign out and back in, ठीक है। तो ये जैसे फाइनल स्टेज कंप्लीट होगा, you will be a global admin now with the same browser session। आप global admin बन जाएंगे next 8 hours के लिए। See, now I am a global admin on this tenant। ठीक है, दिस इज हाउ यू एक्टिवेट योर रोल। एंड देन आप जब भी एक्टिवेट करेंगे, whenever you're performing such activities, everything will be locked। तो क्या है, इब्राहिम आने के बाद चेक कर सकते, once he comes back from his vacation he can verify कि अगर इशहाक ने अपना एक्सेस एक्टिवेट किया था या नहीं किया था, अगर किया था तो क्या टाइम पे किया था, right? कितने time के लिए activate हुआ था role, everything can be verified in the logs.
Okay.
See, अभी 9:59 PM का log है. क्या log है? Add member to role requested, PIM activation. Okay, privilege identity management activation was done at this time. This was the activity initiated by this user Ijaz. Built-in role tha global admin, and then the target details you will get over here. Target यानी कि किसको target किया था? Global admin role को target किया था. Global admin role was targeted and activated, and all those things, IDs and all, modified properties and all. I mean, these IDs will be helpful to verify the roles and everything. Okay, so you'll get the log for each and every activity which is being performed. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Let me log out from this account now. Okay. It's already 10. What's there in the next topic for day 2? 1 second. Yeah, role-based PIM is done. Introduction to AAD Connect is there. Licenses we have already seen, right? Types of licenses. So shall we go ahead with AAD Connect introduction, or we'll continue tomorrow?
We'll continue tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
tomorrow will be better.
Okay, we'll
Tomorrow.
practicals as well. Okay, AAD Connect installation and configuration with the purchase tenant, which I mentioned in last class, right?
Yeah, and also need an overview on RBAC once again.
Overview of RBAC once again. Okay, sure, we'll go with that.
Thank you.